rest of the family gonna be slack.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't mean that the rest of the family ain't gonna love God or may not love God or anything like that. But it does mean that there's gonna be some issues. It does mean that there will be some issues. Because the husband has not stepped into his spiritual leadership role. All right, question. Y'all ready to get me?
I got one, Bishop.
Yes, sir.
What do you think of some of the things that hinder a husband from stepping into that role that God has ordained him to, or God has called him, should I say, to walk in?
There's a whole lot of things. First, I mean, we can start from refusal to get saved or be saved. We could go to, I'm gonna do what I want to do because I'm a man and I got my way of doing things. It don't matter what you say or how you say it or this is how I do it and that's what I'm gonna do. And I mean, we could go on and on and on with the personal desires of an individual. And even it doesn't matter if they're in stark violation to biblical principles. This is how I'm going to do it, and I don't care what they say. It doesn't matter what they say. This is how I want to do it. This is what satisfies me. I heard people say, I'm going to run this how me and my family are going to run it. It doesn't matter if the biblical principles, if it runs counter the biblical principles. It doesn't matter. Yes, ma'am.
Bishop, my question is, what advice or counsel will you give for the woman or the wife or the woman that's keep trying to do what God would have her do for the household and the husband is being resistant? How would you tell her to proceed, or how would you tell her to be?
And that has always been hard, because over the years, not years, decades, women have always carried, can I say, the Christian load. Many times men stay home, and women have come. They brought the children to church. They worship. They praise God. They've done, and they go back home. And he's sitting in front of TV, watching TV, drinking beer, probably rolling a joint. Y'all don't want to hear me, do you?
Yeah, tell about it. I want to hear you. No, sir. Tell it.
This has been going on for so long, and women have been carrying that load. And so we just try to encourage women to be steadfast. We try to encourage them to hold on. You never know when God may make a change. You never know when, but it's a burden. I would not say that it can't be a burden. Now there are some husbands who don't care, but they'll support their wife going out. And they'll support them going and doing and serving and everything. Then you got some husbands who resist it. And so it's a, I don't know if there's one answer to that, but I can tell you, though, I acknowledge the problem exists. I acknowledge the problem exists. Yes, sir.
You know, Bishop, I noticed as we was going through these classes and stuff like that was coming up, when you have that imbalance in the marriage, how long is that person supposed to wait? I mean, what is a time limit where that person is saying, okay, enough is enough?
Well, see, the thing is that God has not given us a reason to walk away from a marriage. Of course, we have been given for a reason of infidelity, and you know, those kind of things. God has given us that, but this is the reason why we try so very, very hard to try and talk to people before they enter the marriage. Because once you enter the marriage, you just don't want to walk away from it lightly. Because one day, every knee shall bow. And every tongue shall confess. And the question that you got to ask is, God, I did everything I could. Did I do everything I could? Or did I just walk away? Yeah. And so I wish I could tell you, just get up out of there. You just, old trifling joker, you know. I wish I could tell you that. But I would be derelict in my pastoral responsibilities if I did that. So I've got to stay with the text. You know, I don't get them to give you the feel-good answer. Sometimes these are hard answers. These are hard responses. And the fact of the matter is, you know, we do our very, very best. It's all you can do is your best. That's all you can do. You can't do better than your best. And then you know, Jesus said that God allowed Moses to bring divorce into the picture. Why? Well, because of the hardness of a man's heart. Somebody, those two people, somebody had a hard heart. Heart was so hard that they won't change. There was no. But he said from the beginning it was not so. I did not establish it that way. I established it that the man should leave his father and mother and they should cleave. And they should stay together. That's what I established. But somebody heart so hard, so tough, so grievous. I allowed Moses to establish a charistic law, not an apodictic law. It's a charistic law that allowed divorce to come into the picture. And so you do your best. Or what I say to a woman, do your best, because you're going to have to stand before. He ain't going to be standing there when you stand there. When you talking to Jesus and on that day, it's going to be you. And so what do you say? Do you say, Lord, I did everything. I stayed there. I hung in there. I strived. I pushed. I gave everything. And nothing changed. Lord, I gave my best. I got to be able to say that with a good, clean, and open heart to the Lord Jesus. If you can do that, I saw a hand. Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned cleaving, leaving the parents and cleaving to your spouse. When we got married, his granddad told us to keep everybody out of our business.
That's good advice.
That it was us, you know. But do you think that, you know, we're talking about the husband? You was like hitting on the husband. I mean, you was getting on both with the wife and the husband. But do you think that outside influences, like family members, could have an effect on the husband not being?
I absolutely do. I think outside influence gets on the husband and the wife.
You ever had to do premarital counseling for the parents? Like, look, they about to be married, so you need to stay out there.
No, generally the parents don't come in. I have a hard time getting them to come in, you know, but generally the parents, but parents do, parents get in the way. Parent, you know, now listen, it's okay to listen to your mom and dad. It's okay to listen to your mom and dad. I mean, I'm a father. I'd like for my daughters to listen to me, but I'm not getting in the middle of their marriage. I'm not getting in the middle of their house. I am not. They have husbands. My two oldest girls have husbands, and I can't get in there. If they have issues, I can't get in there. I can't. You know, that's not my. I mean, they can ask me. I can give them wisdom and sageness, but I give that to their husbands too. But I don't tell you, girl, this is what you need to do. You need to tell that boy, you know. I don't do that. I don't do that. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, real quick. Some of the things I was sharing in our class, like one of my sisters was married to this guy and whatever, and he was just abusive. But one time he was just walking behind her from what she told me. Just to me, I wish I could just bash you in the head and all this kind of stuff. And she had to get a restraining order from him and whatever. And the way he was treating her so bad and all that kind of thing, would take the children over there to his girlfriend's house, and my little niece would have to look at her dad kissing this woman, all this kind of stuff and whatever. But then, on down the line, so many years on down the line, 5 or so years down the line, she was able to meet somebody else or whatever, and who was a man that loved the Lord and everything, faithful in God's house and all this kind of thing. And so then, when he found out that she was interested in dating another man that she ended up,
Were they divorced?
Oh yeah, they had gotten, a long time ago they got divorced.
Okay.
Yeah, about 20 or so years been divorced or whatever. And she, this guy met my sister, whatever, and you know. So anyway, when he found out my sister was dating this brother and whatever, he called her and tell her, you know, you got to be careful about these men and all this kind of stuff. And he didn't think about how he was treating her when they were together, but he tried to give her advice about how to.
She'll need to listen to that. Your ship done sailed.
Yeah, that's right.
And some.
Your ship done sailed. I didn't listen to that. Yeah. Okay. Anyone? Thoughts? Comments? Yes, ma'am. There's one here. One here. We might have to. This might need to be the last one. Come on.
Bishop, my question is, when I originally got saved, and I'm still trying to get understanding of this, and I'm learning it. But I have always thought that if an unbeliever doesn't want to be in a marriage anymore, that he can go, because that would be the determining factor in my marriage.
Absolutely. 1 Corinthians 7. 1 Corinthians 7 says, if you're married, and you're married to an unbeliever, and that unbeliever decides, I'm out of here, let him go.
Now, can I ask you this? Now, it's not that he was an unbeliever, he was a Catholic. And what he stood for and what he believed in was completely different from what I believed in. And as I began to get closer to Christ, I began to change. And he told me, he said, I noticed a change in you. I have no desire to change. And I began to pray, and I asked God, I said, Lord, if it's meant for me to be with him, then I need for you to make it work. But if it's not, I need you to do something. And I didn't say what, because I understand there's power in prayer. So whatever it is that you feel like sufficient for us to go our separate ways, then I'm asking that you do that. So I came home from work one night around midnight, and my ex-husband had packed all of his stuff and he left. And I, you know, the next day I had peace about it because I knew that this is what I was praying about. My ex-husband at the time was in the military, and after about 6 months, I gave him time to come back and decide what he wanted to do. But when I realized that we weren't going to get back together, I did go ahead and file for divorce, even though I didn't believe in divorce. I was, you know, praying that God led me the right way, but I did file for divorce because I did not want him to leave Texas, and I have no idea where he is, and he still has ties to me.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He left. If he left, the text says in the Corinthian letter that if he leaves, you're not bound to him. So, I mean, there may be some others who have similar examples, but if they walk away, they walked away. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all for sharing. Thank you all for your thoughts. Thank you for your comments.